Okay guys, so now we are on 10.2 finding arc measures. We're still working on the chapter 10 review, and so now we're on page 583. So again, we're going to go ahead and keep practicing these problems. We're only doing the odd numbers, but I'm going to go ahead and just read this section here. So this is 10.2 finding arc measures. It says find the measure of each arc at circle P where Ln is a diameter. And so this Ln is the diameter for this circle. They're giving us the information for A. So this is part A, Mn. The arc of Mn is equal to the measurement of angle MPN, which is 120. Then they're telling us that the major arc NLM, so NLM is 320 minus 120, okay, because it's the whole, all of this minus, well actually the whole circle minus this portion will give us everything else. And then they're telling us that the major arc NML is a diameter, NL is a diameter, the arc NL is a diameter, and then the arc NML is a semicircle, therefore it's equal to 180. So now let's go ahead and focus on 13 and 15. It says use the diagram above to find the measure of the indicated arc. So the arc KL, again because it's two letters, I know it's a minor arc. So KL would be this one here. And because this is a central angle with a measure of 100 degrees, then I know that the arc KL is also going to be equal to 100. So on my paper, which you would be turning in under the big ideas, I'm going to go ahead and write 13 and then KL equals 100 degrees. Okay. Now we move on to 15. Again, we're only doing the odd numbers here. KM, again, it's two letters, therefore it's telling me it's a minor arc. So KM would be this. So now, okay, so I need to find, I know this part, I need to find what this part here is. Now if this, I know that this is a diameter, I know that this plus this should be equal to 180. Therefore, I know that this here is going to be 80. This is, again, also the same thing for this case. So 120 plus 60 equals 180. So I'm just going to go ahead and add these two measures, this central angle with this central angle. So 100 plus 60 will be 180, or sorry, 160. So now KM, the arc of KM is equal to 160. Okay. All right. And now let's go ahead and move on to 17. So tell whether the red arcs are congruent, explain why or why not. So remember for this portion, in order for these arcs to be congruent, they need to have an equal or a congruent radius. So I have this one here and this larger arc. So just looking at them, I know that their radiuses are different. In this case, this is PT is the radius in this inner circle, and then for the larger circle, PZ is the radius. So they don't have equal radiuses. Therefore for problem 17, I would say no, because I'll just write BC for short, because they don't have congruent radii. And that's it. That's all you need for an explanation. So now let's go ahead and move on to problem 19, which is right over here. So now this one is going on to 10.3 using chords. So here they gave us a little bit of information. I'm just going to go ahead and read it. In the diagram, circle A is congruent to circle B. CD is congruent to FE, and the measurement of FE of arc. The measurement of arc FE is equal to 75 degrees. Find measurement of arc CD. So because CD and FE are congruent chords in congruent circles, the corresponding minor arcs CD and FE are congruent by the congruent corresponding chords theorem, theorem 10.6. Okay, so that's just some, just a little bit more information before we move on to these set of problems. So for number 19, find the measure of arc AB. So here, what I'm noticing first, the first thing is always noticing what you have, right? Looking at the whole picture. So I notice that these two markings are the same, therefore therefore AD is congruent to AB. And so I know that this is 61, therefore this angle here is going to be 61, and I know because it's a central angle, that AB is also going to be 61. So I'm going to go ahead 19, and then AB, the measurement of arc AB is equal to 61 degrees. Okay. Now let's move on to 21. So 21, they want us to find AB. Right off the bat, I know that these are being marked, therefore these are congruent. And there's a theorem that says that if these are congruent, then I know these are also congruent. So if the measure of the arc DE is 91, then I know this measurement of AB is also 91. So actually I should write a measurement, the M of AB equals 91. And I should have done that over here as well. Okay, and so that's it for 10.3. We're going to go ahead and move on to 10.4, 10.5, 10.6, and 10.7 in this next video, okay? Alright guys.